Are you a collector of pro wrestling collectibles? If you are, you need to head on over right now to slowpoketoys.com. Slowpoketoys.com have some really cool stuff that any pro wrestling fan would want to get their hands on. For example, they have a really cool pin, this broken kendo stick pin, which is really cool. There's a broken table pin as well. There's this chair magnet, which is really cool. And if you're a fan of indie wrestling, they have these great stickers. Support your local independent wrestling, as well as I love indie wrestling, and who doesn't love indie wrestling? There are sticker sheets as well, and they're adding new stuff all the time. I saw a post today where they indicated that they get some new stuff coming. So you're going to want to check out their website, slowpoketoys.com. In addition, as I mentioned, new stuff coming all the time. You're going to want to follow them on social media as well at Slowpoke Toys. Follow them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram at Slowpoke Toys. You don't want to miss out on any of the cool stuff, any of the cool new stuff that they have that they'll be introducing. And they introduce new stuff all the time. Again, if you're a fan of pro wrestling collectibles, you need to head on over right now to slowpoketoys.com. Slowpoke Toys and Collectibles, the toys you didn't know you needed. Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Louis Carlan. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And we still have the Shooting Up North tumbler, the hot and cold tumbler, a gorgeous, gorgeous design by Justin Donay, the Shooting Up North hot and cold tumbler. We've sold quite a few of these so far. We have quite a few left. If you want to get your hands on one of these, send me an email to alliancepwnetwork at gmail.com, alliancepwnetwork at gmail.com, and I'll send you all the information you need to get one of these absolutely beautiful Shooting Up North tumblers. And depending on your location, I may be able to get you free shipping. I may be able to get you free shipping. So let me know if you want one of these. Again, Alliance PW Network at gmail.com. Okay, so Bound for Glory, Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, coming up October 7th, this Friday in Albany at the Albany Armory, Albany, New York. It will be on Fight TV. It's going to be on Impact. Nope, not Impact Plus. Sorry, it's going to be on Fight TV only. If you want to order it, this is a pay-per-view, so it's not going to be an Impact Plus event. I'm sorry about that. I was incorrect there. It's on Fight TV. I believe it's $29.99. That's how you can order it. It's pay-per-view on. I believe you can order on YouTube as well. YouTube Ultimate Insider. I believe you could order the pay-per-view through there as well. But I know definitely it's on Fight TV. Again, October 7th, this Friday, 8 p.m. It's the 18th event under the Bound for Glory name. And of course, we know we got a huge main event, Josh Alexander one-on-one with Eddie Edwards. Honor No More's Eddie Edwards. So this is Shooting Up North's Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory preview and prediction show. Doing it a little early. Don't know if I could get around to it this week. I'm sure a match or two is going to be added after I do this preview and prediction show. But hey, that's those are the breaks. That's that's the risk you gotta take if you're gonna do these things early. So let's get into it. Let's get into the matches that have been announced so far. First on the pre-show is going to be Brian Myers defending the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship. It's an open challenge, so we don't know who the opponent is. He said on Twitter he said blue check marks only. So you got to think who's going to be the opponent. Is it going to be Yuya Omura? Could we see Aiden Prince? Showing up and challenging. Could Bhupinder Gujar be the mystery opponent, answer the open challenge, or could it be former digital media champion Matt Cardona showing up to challenge Brian Myers? I'm going with Matt Cardona. Yes, they were friends, but I'm going with Matt Cardona. I'm going with Matt Cardona. Brian Myers is going to be shocked. He's going to be like, "What are you doing? We're supposed to be a team." And Cardona is just going to turn on him. And I think Cardona is going to defeat Brian Myers and win the Digital Media Championship. He's going to win it back. I don't think he was ever supposed to lose it. I know he got injured. He lost it to Rich Swann. Rich Swann dropped it to Brian Myers. I don't think Cardona was ever supposed to drop it. I think he was supposed to hold that title for a quite a long time. Just that the injury sidetracked him, of course. But I think it's going to be Matt Cardona. That's the feeling I have. Matt Cardona is going to show up, and Matt Cardona is going to defeat Brian Myers and reclaim the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship. So I'm going with Matt Cardona. I'm going with Matt Cardona. Although, if it is Matt Cardona, it's something they should have announced, right? That would have added a little more intrigue, a little more excitement to the pay-per-view. But still, I think it's going to be Matt Cardona. If it's not Matt Cardona, I'm gonna go Yuya Omura to be the one to challenge for that title. Whoever challenges him, I really think Brian Myers is gonna lose the belt, whoever it is. But I have a gut feeling it's going to be Matt Cardona, but we'll see. So then we have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. Number of wrestlers have entered into that. Let me pull up the names so far, and I'm sure more names are going to be added as the week progresses. So we have Bhupinder Gujjar, who we're just talking about, Rich Swann, PCO, Sammy Callahan, Moose, Steve Macklin, Heath, Giselle Shaw, and Bobby Fish so far. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's a 30-person Call Your Shot gauntlet. Let me pull up here. It's so it's I'm sorry, 20. It's a 20 wrestler intergender gauntlet, Call Your Shot gauntlet battle royal. So whoever wins this match, they get a trophy and they could challenge for whatever title they want at any time. As we know, last year Moose won the Call Your Shot gauntlet. He cashed in at the end of the show after Josh Alexander defeated Christian Cage for the Impact Wrestling World title, and Moose became the Impact Wrestling World Champion. So could that happen again this year? We will find out. I don't think the same scenario is gonna play out this year, but this is gonna be good so far. Like I said, there's about 10 names in there so far. Now I was thinking, you got Bobby Fish. You might just have him for 1 or 2 shows. Why are you sticking him in a Call Your Shot gauntlet? Maybe they have him for more shows. I don't know, but I mean, anyone like AEW could just snatch him up like that again if they want, or he could go back to NXT or go back to WWE. So he's has to sign a contract. He could very well sign a contract with Impact Wrestling, but as it stands right now, he's going to be part of Bound for Glory and the Bound for Glory Fallout the following night. So I was thinking, if you have him maybe just for 2 shows, why are you throwing him in a Call Your Shot gauntlet match? I mean, I would love to see like a Bobby Fish against a Steve Macklin or Bobby Fish against Moose, but they threw him in the Call Your Shot gauntlet. I think because Bobby Fish is going to win, so I'm picking Bobby Fish to win the Call Your Shot gauntlet and probably challenge the following night during the TV tapings, whoever the Impact Wrestling World Champion will be. And I'll give my prediction on that shortly. And challenge then, or maybe he signed a short-term deal and it's going to go on to the next event, to the next pay-per-view or the next Impact Plus event challenge. But I think it's going to be a very exciting Call Your Shot gauntlet. I'm hoping to see some wrestlers from other promotions involved as well. But I'm going with Bobby Fish to win the Call Your Shot gauntlet and challenge whoever the Impact Wrestling challenge for the Impact Wrestling World title, whoever that champion may be. And my prediction on that is coming up. So we also have, of course, it's coming up because it's the preview and prediction show. Then we have Vexed, Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, taking on Jessica and Taya Valkyrie with Rosemary. All seemed to be okay. There was a little dissension between the three, but it seems to have been smoothed out on the last episode of Impact on Access. Rosemary getting behind them, saying they have to train now for this match. I'm sorry, man, but I can't get into the Jessica thing. I all I see the a lot of people like it, a lot of people enjoying it, but I can't get into it. All I see is Havoc doing Jessica the same way Su Yung did Susie. It's just a copy on that. It's just basically the same storyline except it's Havoc instead of Su Yung. So couldn't get it. Looks like she's having a fantastic time playing the Jessica character, and more power to her, man. She's having a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. I just can't get into the character. I'm sorry. And I think something's going to happen here. Jessica's going to cost them the match, and Rosemary's going to turn on Jessica. Someone's turning on somebody in this match. Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo are going to lose the titles, and I think there'll be a breakup between Jessica and Taya Valkyrie. Or Jessica and Rosemary, something's going to happen there, and but whatever happens, it should be a decent match. Should be a decent match, but I'm going with Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo to win this one, and I'm calling it Jessica, Taya Valkyrie, and Rosemary will split up after this match. Something's going to happen between the three, and I think they're all going to split, but it's going to be a good match nonetheless. Then we have Mia Yim against Mickie James in a career-threatening match. If Mickie James loses, her last rodeo is over. She will retire from in-ring competition. And is there any chance of that happening at Bound for Glory? No. Now, it's interesting. This is going to be a fantastic match, though. This is going to be an absolutely dynamite match between two top talents in Impact Wrestling, Mia Yim and Mickie James. Of course, this is happening October 7th. Of course, 2 days later, Mia Yim's contract with Impact Wrestling expires and she becomes a free agent. There's no talk on whether or not she's working on signing an extension or if Impact Wrestling is going to give her a 2 or 3 year deal. Mia Yim was praising Impact Wrestling recently on I think she was doing an interview, and she praised Impact Wrestling. She said Impact Wrestling got her excited about wrestling again, something along those lines. But I'm thinking, she hasn't signed that extension yet, and we're already October 2nd. Next Sunday. Next Sunday, our contract contract expires next Sunday. So Impact Wrestling, they can't let her go, man. They can't let her get away. People are saying, "Oh, Triple H is gonna grab her and bring her back to WWE." I don't want that to happen. I want me and him to stay in Impact Wrestling. So hopefully they can work something out. But nonetheless, back to the match. This is going to be a terrific match. We're going to see some great back and forth action. There's probably going to be some really close near falls here. Mia Yim and Mickie James and Mia Yim. Great stuff this is gonna be a great one. Mickie James, I don't think Mickie James is gonna lose. I think Mickie James is gonna keep going until she gets that title shot. So I'm picking Mickie James to win this one. But it's going to be a fantastic match. This is going to be one to watch for sure, and I can guarantee you there's going to be at least 2 or 3 times that you're going to think Mia Yim is about to win, and Mickie James just gets that shoulder up at the last possible millisecond to avoid losing. And this match is gonna tell a very, very good story. Very, very good story. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Then we have Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, defending against AEW's Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian recently became the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. This should be a very good one as well. Can't remember the last time Speedball Mike Bailey had a bad match. I think he's doing a fantastic job as the X Division champion, and it's going to be good to see Mike Bailey beat somebody from AEW because Frankie Kazarian's not gonna beat Mike Bailey. It's going to be a great match as well. We're going to see some really good action in this one. Mike Bailey doing his usual fantastic, high spots in this one. Frankie Kazarian, of course, we all know how great Frankie Kazarian is. This should be another great one as well. This one will almost blow the roof off the building. Not quite, but it will almost blow the roof off the building. It'll create a little smoke, and maybe the roof will shake a little bit, but it won't blow off the building. But this is going to be a very, very good match, and again, Mike Bailey's not losing. Mike Bailey's not losing to Frankie Kazarian, and I hope not. I hope they don't put the belt on Kazarian and he brings it to AEW. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope Tony Khan didn't say, "Well, we'll give you Frankie Kazarian only if he wins the X Division Championship, so we can bring that back and we can defend it on AEW television." I hope we don't get that, but I don't think we will. But in what's going to be a fantastic match, Mike Bailey should defeat Frankie Kazarian. I'm picking Mike Bailey to defeat Frankie Kazarian and retain the X Division Championship. I would have preferred if it was somebody from Impact Wrestling, like if it was like another match with Ace Austin, or if it was a Chris Bay. Bailey and Chris Bay had a fantastic match. And I would love to see another match between the two. But I get it. Frankie Kazarian, AEW star, they got to bring him into Bound for Glory. And it'll be good to see an Impact wrestler defeating an AEW wrestler anyway. So Speedball Mike Bailey over Frankie Kazarian. Then we have the Tag Team Championship match, the Impact Wrestling World titles on the line. Matt Taven, the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett from Honor No More taking on the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. And holy crap, this match will blow the roof off the building. This match is going to be the next three matches I talk about are going to be absolutely just dynamite. Just dynamite. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic tag team match. I can't wait for this one either. This is going to be so. Mike Bennett, Matt Taven are a terrific, terrific tag team. Motor City Machine Guns, of course, we know how great the Motor City Machine Guns are. They recently beat the Good Brothers, and then they beat Aussie Open to become the number one contenders for the tag team titles and earning the shot here at Bound for Glory. And we're going to get some really great spots, some really great action in this one. Some near falls. Might get a referee bump in this one as well. But this is going to be just a splendid, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic match. And if I know Taven and Bennett, their contracts are coming up, so if they're not thinking about signing a new deal, Impact Wrestling is going to have no choice but to put the belts on the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. But I think Taven and Bennett are going to stick around. I think they're going to hang around in Impact Wrestling. So I'm going with Matt Taven, Mike Bennett to be victorious here, to beat the Motor City Machine Guns and retain the Impact Wrestling World titles. But again, if they plan on leaving, if when the contract is up, then they're going to drop the titles for sure. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, it's Guerrero. Look, Guerrero Saya. He's jumping off the top rope there. It's like Guerrero Saya t-shirt. But making Guerrero Saya making a surprise appearance, an unannounced appearance in the podcast. Go get him, Guerrero. Hey, he's back. Okay. I'm gonna be doing that for the rest of the podcast. Hey, there's Guerrero again. But Matt Taven, Mike Bennett. I'm picking Matt Taven, Mike Bennett. Maria Canales, of course, will be at ringside with them. And I'm picking them to retain. And they're going to stick around. They're going to sign a new deal. That's what I'm predicting. They're going to stick around. They're going to sign a new deal with Impact Wrestling. They're a great tag team, Taven and Bennett. They work so well together. As does the Motor City Machine Guns. This could be a 4 or 5 star match. This could be a 4 or 5 star match. This could very well be the best match of the night. Actually, this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic match. All right, so let's get on to the Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Championship. Jordan Grace takes on Masha Slamovich. Jordan Grace, champion, defending the title against number one contender Masha Slamovich. Slamovich playing mind games with Jordan Grace, in her locker room, Jordan Grace's locker room, she puts up a sign, Masha's gonna kill you. She handed her the envelope. So we got a good little storyline going here between Grace and Slamovich. And of course, Slamovich, pick your poison match at Victory Road. She sent Max the Impaler against Jordan Grace, and then Jordan Grace sent Ali Catch after Masha Slamovich. They had a Monsters Ball match on last Thursday, Impact on Access. I I wasn't a fan of that match. I know a lot of people like, oh my god, this match was exciting. So many they used weapons, and there was so many holy moments in this one. Okay, that's fine. It was basically a death match. That's what it was. It's basically a death match. Hey, there's Guerrero again. It was okay. I'll stop. It was basically a death match. Again, they got the cut up cans at the end of at towards the end of the match. They put up the thumbtacks. I think it was just about a death match between the two. Of course, Ali Catch is GCW star. And I didn't like this match for one reason. Masha Slamovich is supposed to be going into Bound for Glory as this unbeatable killer, and she's been running over opponent after opponent after opponent to earn this shot at Jordan Grace. She became the number one contender, and then we got Ali Catch, who doesn't even work for Impact Wrestling, coming in and taking Masha Slamovich to the limit. To the limit. Masha Slamovich should have had Slamovich run right over, totally dominate the match against Ali Catch. Totally dominate the match against Ali Catch. And Catch should have gotten very little offense. Because you're thinking if Ali Catch, someone who doesn't work for Impact Wrestling, is giving Masha Slamovich that hard of a time, taking Masha Slamovich to the limit, what's Jordan Grace going to do? The Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion. So that's why I didn't care for that. I thought it took away from Masha Slamovich heading into Bound for Glory. But that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. But nonetheless, this is going to be another fantastic match. This is going to be a killer match. Slamovich is so talented. When Impact Wrestling signed Masha Slamovich, I was like ecstatic. I was over the moon because Slamovich is just an incredible talent. And this is going to be an incredible match. Jordan Grace, we all know how Jordan Grace is, how good Jordan Grace is, and this is going to be just if they put the roof back on after the tag team match, the Honor No More versus I'm sorry, the Taven Bennett Shelley Saban match. If they repair the roof and then this match takes place, the roof's going to get blown off the building again. And this is going to be terrific. This is going to be a terrific match. It's going to be pretty intense too, man. I wouldn't be. This is going to be a very intense match, and I got to pick a winner. I got to pick a winner here. This is the tough one, but I'm going to go with Masha Slamovich. I'm going to go with Slamovich to win their knockouts title, and I'm going to pick her to hold it for quite some time. And I think they're going to do a storyline. They're going to do a storyline. Who's going to defeat Masha Slamovich? I think Slamovich is going to be the champion when Mickie James finally gets to that level in her last rodeo where she's going to challenge for the title. And I think she's going to lose to Slamovich. I think Slamovich is going to be the one to retire Mickie James when they wrestle for the Knockouts World Championship. I think that's the route they're going. So I'm picking Slamovich to win, to defeat Jordan Grace and to become the new Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Champion in an absolutely banger of a match. Absolutely banger of a match. And I really hope Killer Kelly gets involved there, and we see Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly feud over the Impact Wrestling World Title. I think that'd be a terrific feud. But again, I think Slamovich is going to win, and I think Slamovich is going to eventually retire Mickie James. And then the main event, the singles match for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. Josh Alexander, the Impact Wrestling World Champion, one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world today, taking on the leader of Honor No More, Eddie Edwards, Impact Wrestling megastar, Eddie Edwards, two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion, Eddie Edwards. And this is going to be just a another fantastic one. They're going to knock it out of the park again. They're going to knock it out. Impact Wrestling is going to knock it out of the park again with Bound for Glory. This is going to be an absolute, just more than fantastic match. And Eddie Edwards has the mental advantage going into this one. The storyline mental advantage. Eddie Edwards defeating, not defeating. Well, it was the 6-man tag match. Eddie Edwards pinning Josh Alexander at Victory Road. So it really adds excitement to this match. Eddie Edwards pinned Josh Alexander. The first time Josh Alexander was pinned since the last Bound for Glory. So going into this thinking that Eddie Edwards has the edge over Josh Alexander. So I really like the way that was done. It was smart that they did that. When I did the Victory Road preview and prediction show, I said that's how the match should end. And lo and behold, that's how the match ended. Really adds a lot of intrigue, a lot of excitement to this main event match. And I'm sure Honor No More is going to get involved. But when all is said and done, I'm picking Josh Alexander. And this is how I think it's going to go down. I know Honor No More Eddie Edwards, he's not trusting PCO. He's got issues with PCO. I think PCO is going to cost Eddie Edwards the title. I think PCO is going to cost Eddie Edwards the title, and Eddie Edwards is finally going to just attack PCO and kick PCO out of Honor No More, leading to an Eddie Edwards PCO feud. I think that's where it's going. I think that's what's going to happen. And then Bobby Fish winning the Chloe Shot Gauntlet, and then the next opponent for Josh Alexander will be Bobby Fish. Whether it's on the next day at that set of tapings, or if Bobby Fish sticks around and it'll be at the next Impact Plus or pay-per-view event. But nonetheless, I'm picking Josh Alexander to win this one. And if they're able to get the roof back on for the after the Grayson Slamovich match, which they repaired for because Taven and Bennett and Shelly and Saban blew the roof off the building, and then Grayson Slamovich blew the roof off, and then if they repair it for a second time, well, they just might as well just leave the roof off because it's going to get blown off again. But this is going to be a fantastic match. But I think that's how it's going down. I think I don't know more is gonna they're gonna come and interfere. Josh Alexander is going to be down and out. Eddie Edwards is gonna order PCO to do something to finish off Josh Alexander so he can win the title, and PCO is not going to want to do it, or PCO is going to come in and he's going to like take a chair. He's going to hit Josh Alexander, but Josh Alexander is going to duck out of the way and he'll hit Eddie Edwards, and Eddie Edwards gets knocked out, and Josh wins it. PCO, I feel, is going to be involved somehow in causing Eddie Edwards this match again, which is going to lead to Eddie Edwards feuding with PCO at the next set of tapings and the next events as well. So that's how I feel it's going to go down. But nonetheless, bottom line, regardless of what happens or how it happens with PCO, or if it even doesn't happen with PCO, I'm still going to go with Josh Alexander successfully defending the Impact Wrestling World Championship at Bound for Glory by defeating Eddie Edwards. Okay, so that's it, and I'm sure more matches will be announced. I'm sure Ace Austin, Chris Bay possibly match, tag team match will be announced, or maybe they'll be added to the Chloe Shot Gauntlet. But I'm sure another match or two will be announced, and that's that. So there you have it. That's my Bound for Glory 2022 preview and prediction show. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much. I'm Lewis Carlan. Until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.